Okay, we're starting with Bradley in Ohio. Bradley, are you there? Hello?
Oh, is this me?
That's you.
Are you Bradley?
If you're
Yeah,
Bradley.
from Idaho.
Oh, okay, they have you in
Well, they
Ohio.
put you on there wrong.
Bradley from
in
Idaho.
How you doing?
Good.
What's on your mind today?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Yeah, with the 4th of July coming up, and I'm LDS, and the separation of state and religion, I think it was great. Otherwise, the LDS Church would have not have existed. My question is,
Okay.
how far does that go? Like, I watched one of your shows one time, and you were talking about how some religion, if somebody has a dying relative, and they won't use hospitals or doctors to heal them, and the government won't step in and say, no, we need to save this guy's life. I don't know.
Well, wait a
Does that
minute.
make sense?
Okay, well, here's a question. The person that is refusing medical treatment, are they an adult?
Oh, no, I saw this one of your programs.
Right, but what I'm saying is in the example of the person refusing the medical treatment, was the person refusing treatment an adult?
Yes.
Okay, well, then they can do that. The state has no compunction to go in there and force them to
Yeah, I think
have
that's
medical
right.
treatment.
And bear in mind, we don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of our own shows. We don't
Yeah.
remember every single
But I mean, you
episode
can
we've done.
opt
That makes
to basically make bad decisions about your medical welfare and end up killing yourself, basically.
Yeah, but if it comes to the point where a parent is making decisions on behalf of a minor and it's decisions that could be seriously harmful to their health, the state absolutely does have an interest
Right.
in coming in to protect somebody who doesn't have a say over their own
Correct.
over their own well-being.
I see.
But I mean, so
Are you-
going back a minute, you said you were a Mormon,
Yeah.
and you think that it's cool to violate separation
No.
of church? What?
You were saying
No.
you support separation, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said his church wouldn't be even in existence if it weren't for separation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. So we're atheists. We wouldn't be especially broken up if the Mormon Church hadn't existed, but
We still support.
it's fine for me if the separation of church and state also leads to competition among religions.
Well, but also, I mean, I think you raise a great point,
diversity.
caller, in that separation of church and state is there to protect religious freedom. I mean, you're a fantastic example of this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think that when someone promotes separation of church and state, it's because they hate religion, they want to kill religion, they just don't want any. And it's like, no, it protects people because it allows them to then go and worship based on their conscience and not via some kind of a state mandate.
Yeah. It protects a minority religion like yours against the tyranny of the majority.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement, right?
Pretty much. I think he was just asking about like certain cases and how we would handle that, you know. I mean, there's never going to be like a full separation of church and state as far as like the idea. I mean, it's mostly about endorsement, right? Because, for example, churches, if a church is burning down next to your house, you want the fire department to come out there and put that flame out, right? You don't want a structure burning down next to your home. So we would want the state to come out and help them and put out that fire, even though that's a state agency. They would integrate at that point and go and put out a fire at a church structure, and I think that's fair. And then there's the question of taxation. You know, if the church is going to use these services, should they help to pay for them? I think it's fair that they do. But at the same time, whether they do or not, I don't want the structure burning down when it's next to my house. So I support, not letting structures just burn down in flames. And I would support sending an ambulance out if somebody in the church, collapsed with some sort of medical need. I certainly wouldn't restrict. I wouldn't say no. Sorry, we can't send an ambulance. It's a church.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, and then
What?
also I was in the Army, and I met my first atheist up there, and he was actually pretty cool to talk to, and crazy of what I've heard in the past.
That's
and
good.
when 9/11 hit, the next day, my sergeant, he wanted to do a prayer. And I told him that my buddy was atheist, and he probably didn't feel comfortable with the prayer. And so the sergeant says, okay, we'll go somewhere else and pray, and if you don't want to come with us, that's fine. And so I want to bring this experience because I don't think all Christians are bad in pushing their way for other people.
Yeah, well, thank you for sticking up for your friend like that.
Yeah, and also I agree. I mean, definitely different people deal with their beliefs in different ways, and some people are far more pushy than other people. You're absolutely right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm still not sure I'm completely comfortable with the sergeant leading the prayer, even if he separated
Yeah,
it
maybe
out.
we could have asked more
But-
questions.
Yeah, whatever.
But at least he's made more of an effort, I suppose, to not, inflict it on people than a lot of other stories we've heard.
Right.